Life after brain injury or spinal cord injury can be challenging. You may find that you need supports, services, and help along the way. Communicating what you want, finding the resources you need, and taking charge of your life again are all part of self-advocacy. What is self-advocacy? It means articulating your needs and your wishes and making informed decisions to meet those needs. Hi, I'm Lenny Hawley, the Brain Injury Education and Resource Counselor here at Craig Hospital. There are people who will advocate for you and with you along the way, but learning to advocate for yourself can give you satisfaction and help you meet your goals. We all need to advocate for ourselves at some point in our lives. However, the need to self-advocate really grows when we want things that not everyone else needs, or when we have needs that are hard for other people to see or to understand.
I define self-advocacy as independence and confidence with the requests that I need.
Excuse me, would you mind grabbing the door for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Recognizing that I have limitations and that I don't have the ability to do my own care in this case, while being able to confidently get the assistance that I need in order to go about my day-to-day life.
You gotta be very clear about what you need to do and understand yourself about the things you need to do in order to get better.
Advocating for yourself, I'm trying to be kind and thoughtful, and just hopefully getting what you need and what you want from people. Hello.
Hi.
I'll do a matcha tea with oat milk, please.
Oat milk?
Yeah,
Do you want it iced or hot?
I'll do it iced, please.
Okay.
Kind of a small.
Yeah,
Okay,
16 ounce good?
Yes.
Perfect.
Can you please help me put the card in?
It's about identifying, well, what are the activities that I still would like to do, what's possible to do those, and how do I do that safely, whether that's traveling the world, whether that's being involved in adaptive sports like downhill skiing, or even whether that's going out to a bar or club, or adaptive dancing. There's so much out there. You have to decide for yourself how you want to live your life and what the new normal is, what the new possible is, and how to do that safely.
So what does it take? There are 4 key steps to keep in mind about self-advocacy. First, take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Second, be informed. Gather the information and the resources that'll help you make good decisions and be able to negotiate to get the things that you need. Third, get organized. And fourth, communicate what you want to the people around you in a way that's assertive, not aggressive or passive.
You always have to be looking to educate and teach, because bottom line, most people will want to be helpful and want to be on your team, especially if you advocate for yourself in a certain way. If you don't create an enemy with them, they want to be on the team, they want to help you out.
If you don't tell people what you want, you're probably not gonna get it. And that's pretty much it. Like, I guess now, since my injury, I think it's even more important to advocate for yourself, because nobody's gonna do it for you.
Let's take a closer look at the 4 steps of self-advocacy. The very first step is to take care of yourself in all areas of your wellness, physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially, and intellectually. If you're tuned in to all of these aspects of your life every day, you'll have the energy and the well-being to be a successful self-advocate. Think about the different areas of your wellness like the spokes of a wheel. There are many aspects of your life that affect your wellness. If you only take care of 1 or 2 of those parts of the wheel and disregard the others, your life may feel a little off balance. Your overall sense of well-being may be affected. Get in the habit of checking in with yourself several times throughout the day. How are you feeling physically? How's your mood? Have you reached out and engaged with your friends or family? Are you reading any good books or staying informed on current events?
The biggest piece about the recovery process for me at the beginning was really understanding that if I don't take care of myself first, even though that was very hard to do, then I'm not going to be clear with what I need.
This is why we say taking care of yourself. It's not just a cliche that you hear from your yoga instructor. Like self-care with this injury and with a disability is everything. Because not only does it impact the energy that you bring every day, it affects your mood, it affects your mental health, and people read that and they see that. So your body will remind you in a very abrupt way if you're not taking care of yourself. It's at the center of everything.
Next, gather information. Learn as much as you can about your injury. Know what resources are out there. One great resource that's available to you right now is the Craig Nurse Advice Line. Nurses here can help connect you to other resources in your community. It's a great place to get started. Get organized. After a spinal cord injury or brain injury, you may feel overwhelmed with too much information. You'll have reports, medical records, insurance information, and so on. Set up an organization system that works for you. It may be a file drawer that just has information about your injury. You may want to color code your files, or you may want to develop an advocacy notebook where you keep information about your injury all in one place. You may prefer to keep files on your computer or use an organizational app on your phone.
What time is this appointment?
10 a.m.
I scheduled your appointment for tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The appointment is...
Whatever system you use, keep one separate document that has a list of your medications, the names of your doctors and therapists and their contact information, your insurance information, and other important items. The document might be in a physical notebook that you can grab and take with you to meetings or appointments. It might be something electronic that you can access easily from your phone or computer. Just make sure it's easy to find and easy to take with you.
You have to be twice as put together. You have to be twice as organized. You have to show up early. You have to be twice as professional.
Being also organized, like for my schedule as well. Like I have this appointment today. I should put it in my calendar immediately before I forget.
Everything that I do right now, I try to be very, very cautious, writing things down, putting things down on paper. I use my phone not just for calling people, but I use it to make all the appointments. When I make the appointments, I will write who the person is, where they come from, where I met them. So I'm doing a lot of more work.
If it's going to be at a location you've never been at before, call the location, or call the person that's in charge of that location, or call the person that's in charge of the meeting and say, hey, is it accessible? What issues am I going to have to deal with in getting there? Is there parking? Is there going to be accessible parking? Showing up early, because you never know. Like what might be accessible to person A is not considered accessible to person B.
Communication may be the most important part of self-advocacy. Communicate directly and assertively. Give people your honest feedback and information on what you need. Be friendly and focus on solving problems. Being assertive is actually the opposite of being passive or aggressive. Sometimes people think of being assertive as being pushy, but being assertive actually means attacking the problem, not the other person. Being assertive involves not just what you say, but how you say it. Your body language is just as important as the words you use.
Francesca? Yes. Would you like me to bring it to you?
No, I got it.
There you go. Enjoy.
Here are a couple of things to keep in mind as you communicate assertively. Use positive language. Tell people what you want instead of what you don't want. For example, I'd like to do this by myself, but thanks for offering, rather than saying, I don't want your help.
Let me get that for you.
I got it. Appreciate it, though.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
It's easier to be assertive if you start a sentence with the word I. Use I along with positive language like this.
Hey, Colin, I'm making breakfast and I'm going to make some eggs.
Well, I appreciate that, Judy, but I'm not really in an egg mood. I prefer some cereal. Do you mind grabbing me some of that?
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
All right, thank you.
I need this, or I want that, or I prefer to do it this way.
So being very clear in directions, being very clear in kind of what your needs are, it allows you to get through the day and still be an asset. So being an asset to your wife, or being an asset to your friends, and being comfortable with the limited role, but the still valuable roles that we play in life.
I mean, I guess I have to remind myself to speak slowly and articulate what I want to say. Like, it takes much more it takes a lot more brain power to ask for things, because I constantly have to think before I talk.
I approach someone so they don't feel threatened whatsoever, and the whole point isn't to, it's to communicate your needs. So I will let them know what I need and give them the opportunity to meet those needs, or at least let me know how I can meet those needs, whatever that may be. If that doesn't work, then I say it with a more firm tone, a little bit more firm of a body language, and kind of redouble my efforts on explaining why. Sometimes people need to understand why. They might not understand why you need something. Offer being a part of the solution too. That's another way that you can disarm people. Still be just as assertive and identify your needs, but you can say, here is the resources you need in order to make sure you understand how to make this workplace accessible. How can I help?
And part of what I try to do when I meet professionals is I give them a little story of who I am and how I got to where I'm at. And the fact that my recovery is also something that I need to be part of. I'm not here for you to tell me everything that I need to do. I'm here for you to hear what I have to say, and then we can come to some conclusion of things that could help me in my own personal recovery.
Let's take a look at self-advocacy in action. Here are a couple of examples that will show you how you might advocate for yourself in different situations.
Pardon me, would you please grab me one of these onions?
Absolutely.
Just one of the red ones, please.
Sure. Is it okay if I put it right here for you?
I'd prefer it in my backpack, actually.
Okay,
If
absolutely.
you don't mind.
Yeah.
And just in the large pocket will be fine.
Sure thing. There you go.
All right, thank you very much.
Have a great day.
You too.
The reason I'm calling you is because I need to make an appointment, and I wanted to see if you have anything for midday.
I don't have any midday appointments. I have an appointment next Thursday at 5 o'clock. How about if I book that?
Well, you know what, that's not going to work too well. As you probably remember, I had a brain injury. And the reason I'm trying to find the appointment for the middle of the day is because my fatigue sets in the afternoon after the appointment. And I want to make sure that I'm there and I can really do this. Can you help me out?
Send a follow-up email to document what was decided in a meeting or appointment. It lets people know that you're on top of things. Here's another common scenario: getting on a public bus. Communicate clearly with the driver to let him know your destination and where you need to be let off. Let the driver know how best to help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So where are we headed today?
Union Station, please.
No problem. Would you like securements?
Yes, please.
Right. Which side would you prefer?
I'll go on that side, please.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so my securement's gonna be in between my wheel and my tail light. There's a piece of yellow tape.
Okay.
It's the same on both ends. In the front, it's gonna be underneath my foot pedal, in between the wheel, there should be yellow tape.
All right. Look all right?
Looks great, thank you.
No problem.
Self-advocacy also involves communicating with people in your own family. Here's an example.
Would you come here and please help me get my phone holder set up?
Oh, yeah, sure. How's that?
Well, it looks okay, but I'd prefer it a little bit closer towards you if you tilt it your direction. I think that'll be a little more upright for me.
All right.
That looks better. Then if you grab my phone in my lap and put it up on this pad, please. That's perfect.
Here are some key takeaways as you begin to self-advocate. Use active listening skills. When you respectfully listen to someone, they're more likely to listen to you. Give the other person your attention. Show them you're listening by nodding your head, looking at them, saying yes or okay, and then summarize what they said. For example, say something like this.
Jose, can you put this in the microwave for 3 minutes on high and stir it and put it back for 2 minutes?
So you want me to put it for 3 minutes, stir it, and then put it back for 2 minutes?
Yes.
So it's like 5 minutes, 3 and 2, right?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I'll do that.
All right.
Mhm.
Remember to check your body language. You may come across as aggressive or negative. Also, it's okay to be upset or frustrated. You can still be assertive, but express your feelings directly and honestly.
Being direct is even more essential now because people just don't get it. I mean, some people just don't understand how it is.
I know this is going to sound ironic coming from me, but probably refrain from any curse words. You know, especially at the beginning, is you don't need to use that. You don't need to sound threatening to be assertive. You're going to have to learn to be patient with yourself and understand that this is a normalized part of your life. Part of that is not beating yourself up unnecessarily. Part of that is being patient with yourself and using teachable moments to create an environment where you can deal with the unexpected time suck that this injury or this disability or whatever disability you happen to live with brings. And how do you try and turn it into fulfilling time?
Successful self-advocacy requires knowledge, beliefs, and skills. Knowledge about your own abilities, your injury, and your needs, as well as knowledge about resources in your community. Beliefs. Believing that you have the right to get your needs met, and believing that you can do it. And skills in organization, negotiation, and communication. There are a lot of resources available to assist you in navigating through your life. Check out the links below to get started, and thanks for watching.